And because we have Yeshua, because we have the Son of God doing this heavenly priestly work on our behalf, the author is exhorting us to hold fast to the profession of our faith in him. And here's the amazing reason why we should. The life-changing truth that we as Yeshua's disciples need to grab a hold of. Verse 15, for we have a Kohen Gadol, not unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one tempted in all things, likewise as we are, yet remaining apart from sin. So the author, once again acknowledging Yeshua's humanity, is saying that the Son of God is well acquainted with the human experience. He sympathizes with our weaknesses and is therefore able to serve as an authentic representative of humankind before God. He's familiar with the feelings of the weakness of the flesh, so much so that he himself was tempted to sin in all things likewise as we are. Do you hear that? The Master Yeshua, the Son of God, our perfect and great high priest, was tempted to sin. And how was he able to be tempted? Because he himself shared in our blood and flesh. He was made like us in all things. So because he was tempted in all things, likewise as we are, this means that any sin that you have personally done or witnessed or can imagine, Yeshua was also tempted in that very thing. Think about the reality of that for a minute, especially given the rampant degradation, perversion, and moral compromise we see in our society today. There is no sin that you or anyone in the world has ever done in which Yeshua was not also tempted. Isn't that what the author says? He was tempted in all things, likewise as we are. And this is why the author is exhorting us to hold fast to the profession of our faith. Because since our sympathetic great high priest was himself tempted, he is therefore able to help those who are tempted. He's able to help us. He understands the lure and power of the temptation that leads to sin, yet is in the extraordinary position to help us find a way out forever. How? Because despite being tempted in all things, likewise as we are, yet he remained apart from sin. Yeshua is unlike all other priests who ever lived, who carried the weight of their own sin while trying to unburden the people from theirs. Rather, as a man, Yeshua is able to legitimately represent us before God and to sympathize with the weaknesses of our flesh, yet was able to resist all temptation so that he could remain undefiled by the guilt and misdeeds of the flesh, stand innocent and unconvicted of every single sin that you and I have ever committed, and then, with no personal burden of his own, perfectly accomplish his sacrificial purpose in our place.